Hello. Done, sir. Sir, can I remove this EXO side? Okay, start. Good morning, aspirant. Today is little bit late because of the some net issue in Delhi. So we are going to start, and because of net, I don't have the PPT for the time being. Once the net will arrive, then I will make sure that I will provide the PPT. But today we are going to discuss two topics. The very important topic, that is yesterday, as we saw, everyone observed across the world the ozone depletion day. That is 16th of September 2025. Okay, so our first topic is ozone only, and the second topic, ozone, what is it, and ozone layer depletion, the measures, and what exactly measures taken by India and at a global level and at a national level. Okay, so this is our first topic. Next topic is similar with the today's subject is agriculture economy. Okay, so our second topic is sustainable agriculture. Why these both topics are in the news? Because first topic, ozone layer, yesterday there was an international ozone layer depletion day. Okay, 16th of September, and UPSC had asked this question in the CDS, what exactly the ozone 16th of September ozone day. And there are around 2012, 2015 and 2012, 2015, 2019 and 2013. In these years, UPSC once asked the substances chlorofluorocarbon. Here also applications of chlorofluorocarbon. In this also application of chlorofluorocarbon and the Montreal protocol related with this Montreal protocol. Here they have asked the question on Montreal protocol and Vienna Convention. Okay, so these topics become very important in the for the mains perspective and prelims perspective, because every year there is one question on the pollution, that may be ozone pollution, that may be the marine pollution. This year was the oil pollution and marine pollution issue of. Okay, so now we will start first. What is ozone? We will start with the basic. Okay, ozone, I will write here what is ozone. Then automatically question comes, what is ozone layer? Then why we are studying this? That means in short, significance of ozone. Then what is ozone layer depletion? And obviously further will be the measures taken by India and measures at global level. Okay, I hope you are getting how we will discuss this topic. Okay, then what additionally we can do? Okay, so let's come to our first question, what is ozone? Okay, so first question, what is ozone? And in very simple way, I will explain the what exactly ozone is. Ozone is nothing but oxygen. Everyone knows the oxygen. Let's start with our first question, what is ozone? Okay, O2, oxygen, and additional O means O3, ozone. And this ozone becomes very important for the protection and for the getting the shield from the ultraviolet rays. See, there are different kinds of rays which is hampering our earth from the solar radiation. This is our earth, and many radiations are the insulation we will, and UPSC has asked question on this, the what exactly insulation. So these radiations are coming alpha, gamma, beta, delta, all this kind of them. But here the major role is ultraviolet radiation. In that also there are types A, B. So why these radiations are means now they are coming because of the insulation, solar radiation. Okay, and it's only the band of width which generally visible light, IR light, infrared light. Then this is the thing, and so like from the insulation these radiations are coming, so these radiations are hampering the earth in this way. So naturally there is very beautiful thing, naturally ozone is present, natural ozone. Okay, and that natural ozone is protecting us. If you see, there is self rejuvenation, there is self healing mechanism in our body also. If you find the wounds, generally I am giving you one example, I am giving the analogy how our body and whole this planet has made as made by the god in a very unique way. The simple first is like, if you get some injury, automatically due to the histamine, due to the release of the due to the release of histamine and other things, it will automatically get recovered if we protected it properly. Similarly, God has made this, like God has given this is a natural phenomena, this is not particularly, but ultraviolet rays are the dangerous rays for the human body, human skin, plant, animal, everyone. Then what is the mechanism? The natural mechanism is provided by the ozone layer. Ozone layer is as such not a layer but a kind of thin coverings which protect ultraviolet B radiation to reach the earth surface. Okay, this is a ozone, and what is the role of ozone? This is the role of ozone. Then comes to the what are the types of ozone? There are two types of ozone. Okay, one is ground ozone, the second one is higher atmospheric ozone. This is called as good ozone. Okay, this is a good ozone. Why this is good? Because it is protecting our earth from the ultraviolet radiation. Okay, ultraviolet B radiation. And why this is bad? Because this is a kind of short term pollutant. That's why this is a ground ozone is also called as a bad ozone or pollutant. Then so we have addressed our first question. Back to our this, what exactly the ozone is. We have addressed this thing. Now what is ozone layer? Okay, what is ozone layer? Done. In simple language, this is our earth. Okay, and if you see, there are various layers of atmosphere. If you see troposphere, stratosphere, and so on. Okay, I'm just explaining. Ozone lies in this layer, stratosphere, good ozone. Okay, and this stratosphere layer ozone lies, and this ozone protect this upcoming solar radiation by creating one kind of the thickness of the ozone, which means that it is generally we refer as a layer, but it is not as such a layer but a coating thickness, that means penetration is there, ozone layer this, and depletion of this layer, depletion of thinning of this layer called as depletion of ozone layer. Okay, layer is as such not a cover but kind of the thickness of the ozone. Okay, the upper higher atmosphere ozone. Then so this is a ozone layer. Now we will come to back our question, what is the significance of this ozone and ozone layer? Okay, then what is the significance of ozone? First and foremost, protecting life on earth. This is the first and foremost reason. Life includes both biodiversity, also human and animal. Because how this protect? The mechanism is simple. Mechanism is this: if the ultraviolet radiation comes and hit the earth surface, this will create the so-called radiation reaction will start, and our skin start burning and something. Sometimes we feel that burning sensations, because there chances that there are chances that we will get hit by the some or not UV radiations but other kind of radiations. So our skin generally feels little bit irritated. Okay, irritation will, itching will be there. Okay, this is the one reason how the radiation impact our health. And the role of ozone is to protect, act as a barrier. Okay, and in this life, okay, plant growth protection, okay, plant growth, aquaculture, aquatic life, okay, marine biodiversity, and so on. So remember this, there are significance for human being, there are significance for terrestrial atmosphere, there are significance for the aquatic atmosphere, and there is significance for the vegetation. These are the four significance of the ozone and ozone layer. Then this is the significance of ozone layer. Now come to the question, is this much important, then what are the reasons for this depletion of ozone layer? Okay, so first and foremost reason for the depletion of ozone layer I am writing here. Okay, naturally we generally hear in the news uh, on Antarctica the ozone layer is depleting, and I just want to share you this thing. This is not exactly the depletion of the layer, but this is thinning of the layer. Okay, so first is stratospheric clouds. Okay, okay, now the next one is CFC and chlorofluorocarbon, and then parachlorofluorocarbon. These are the substances which triggered the depletion of ozone layer. Ozone means ozone depletion. How this mechanism exactly works, I will show you. First is CFC and PCFC are emitted by our atmospheric, like air, AC, combustion, lubricant. Okay, in this way, in this we use this CFCs. Okay, this is the first emission will start from the ground, that will reach to the stratosphere. Here it is accumulation will happen, and further accumulation this trigger the conversion of, as I told you how ozone form from the O2 mixed with O. But if you see this O2 and O, this conversion, this components chlorofluorocarbon halogens we call Cl, chlorine and bromine and other halogens are that much reactive, they easily catch up this thing. Okay, so there will be no formation of ozone here, and what substance will form? Cl, chlorine oxides. This is chemical, no need to remember the exact procedure, but I am telling how this process triggered the depletion of the, means exactly the cause of depletion of ozone layer. So if ozone is not forming here, then just tell me how ozone thickness will be maintained. And this generally happens in the winter in the Antarctica. Okay, so that's why the stratospheric clouds get attached more chlorine halogens. Okay, so this is a simple phenomena how the ozone are getting depleted. There are n number of substances. I have just mentioned these 2 and 3, CFC, PCFC, okay, and hydrofluorocarbon, fluorochlorocarbon. All this group is called as halogens, and this UPSC had asked many questions on this halogens, application of halogens, and like Montreal protocol and other things. Even the mains also UPSC had asked question on the ozone depletion, what is Antarctica and what is the stratospheric polar stratospheric cloud. Okay, these are the ozone causes, and this is the major 95% ozone depletion happened because of this halogens, chlorine, because chlorine is more reactive than the oxygen, because chlorine is unstable, chlorine ion is unstable. Once this happened, the ozone layer start depletion. This was observed in 1980s. Then at a people think that what is this is happening, then the generally in Scandinavian countries, in the temperate region and higher latitude region, there was the consequences of this, visible consequences. What are the impact of this ozone layer depletion? Okay, so now we are going to discuss impact of ozone layer depletion. Now in this you can generate point through impact on human being, impact on plant growth. In this also, children's, pregnant woman, okay, youth, okay, and then also tribals. All this you can go. Why I am telling this? We should be able to generate the points. Once we able to generate the points, once we get the idea, then we can able to write 16 to 17 points in 50 marker question. Okay, plant. There are different kinds of plant. Aquatic plant is there, then aquatic life. Okay, pardon me because for my handwriting I used to write in the point, because that is the own pattern where we can able to complete our paper. Okay, then this is the aquatic. Then come to the overall planet climate change. Can anyone tell me why post 1990s there is more concern for the climate change? The reason being CFC and other CFCs are the component which triggered the global climate change impact. They trap the heat and they make the outgoing radiation to trap, and incoming radiation easily flow in. Okay, that's why since 1990s there is more global efforts to contain the ozone depletion or climate change. Okay, this is the impacts of this you can, one is the skin cancer, then the plant growth retardation, the aquatic marine life degradation, devastation of the forest and everything. If we are not getting, means plant is not getting proper oxygen, then what will happen? Okay, and the radiation, the ultraviolet B radiation directly impacting the coniferous trees in the temperate region in a higher latitude. Okay, these are the impacts. This much impacts are there on the comprehensively from the aquatic to the planet to the climate change, and climate to the aquatic life to the human being. Then there must be the efforts taken at a global level and taken by the India. So our next obvious point will be the exactly what initiatives taken by the government of India and then at a global level. Okay, because most of the time what happens, generally we tend to think that climate is a local issue, but any environment issue, remember this, EVS issues are planetary issues. So no single country can be able to contain it. Okay, that's why there is UNFCC, there is UNCCD, there is a Montreal Protocol, there is Vienna Convention, there is Kigali Agreement, there is net zero emission, there is Paris Agreement. Why? Because and this is a very good approach. Always remember, while giving way forward in your EVS environment of answers, make sure that you are giving at a two levels. One is India level, because we are writing exam, means particularly it is important what our government is doing, and the second one global level, because all these issues, as I mentioned, they are at a national and international level. So let's discuss what exactly the global initiatives to contain the ozone layer depletion. The first one is Vienna Convention. Okay, Vienna Convention 1987, then Montreal Protocol 1992. Okay, then the third one, Kigali Amendment of 2016. All these deals with, first is in all this domain India have signed this. Okay, and This Vienna Convention is the one of the convention which had signed by across almost all UN state. Okay, this is the significance. And ozone layer depletion recovery is the most successful climate diplomacy at a global level. If you see, for the climate change, Paris Agreement, Donald Trump is withdrawing from the Paris Agreement. No one is respecting the Paris Agreement, even the new quantified goal, then the Kyoto Protocol, then the Global Environment Facility, Global Environment Fund. They are struggling to be alive, survival existence. Their survival is under threat. But if you see, the Vienna Convention is the most successful collective efforts. This Vienna Convention shows that how the power, when we act in concert at national and international level, we can produce the result. This is the best example for the climate change efforts, for the climate diplomacy at a global level. So this is the first convention which talks about the containing the materials and eliminating the phasing out the material which deplete the ozone layer. Okay, and India is signatory of this. India ratified this. Then there was certain issues which substances missed, that was added in the Vienna Montreal Protocol. I would say convention and protocol, there is very not that much. Consider it as a main question, and protocol is amendment to that question. Okay, this is the basic simple difference. Main question will be there, and in that there is sub question, that is protocol and convention relationship is this. Okay, so Montreal Protocol talks about the particular specific targeting the CFC, elimination of CFC, phasing out the CFC. And the last 2016, what happened? We achieved the certain things in the Vienna Convention, through the Vienna Convention and Montreal Protocol, but the substances which allowed in Montreal Protocol and the Vienna Convention, that led to the global climate change crisis, and that global climate change crisis led to the Kigali Amendment of 2016. That Kigali Amendment, might be you know, the Kigali is the capital of Rwanda. 2016 meeting was there. India signed, and this is the binding agreement for the countries to eliminate the or phase out the substances which cause the not only the ozone depletion but also climate change emission. They trigger the climate change. India in 2023, India signed this agreement, ratified this, and India's target will start. This is gradual process to reduce the phasing out the substances which cause the ozone layer depletion and climate change. So this is the Kigali Agreement. Do mention this. Apart from this, Global Environment Fund, then World Bank special efforts. Okay, World Bank special efforts by providing the funding. These are the initiatives taken by global level, and this is the majorly works to the funding. So these are the initiatives taken by the members. GF is under the UN, and the World Bank is own efforts to provide the fund to the climate diplomacy. Okay, this is the one thing done. This is at a global level. If this much has done by the global community, then definitely we treat global community as a one family, Vasudev Kutumbakam, then definitely India has done something in this domain. So we are going to discuss what exactly India have done and is doing in this domain. Okay, the first one is phasing out CFC in 2000 only. Okay, elimination of lead petrol. Okay, limited use of CFC. Okay, then cooling action plan of 2016 or 2020. I exactly didn't remember there, but there is cooling action plan of India which talks about the containing the CFC and elimination of the CFC. Okay, these are the initiatives. Apart from this, India do mention the Environment Protection Act 1986, which talks about the containing the hazardous substances and the rules. If you see, UPSC had asked the question on this, the rules made under the environmental. This is very comprehensive legislation which talks about the all kinds of the pollution, all kind of the things, pollution in air, water, and noise pollution and other things also. But this is a very comprehensive act. This is a one thing. This is a fourth policy taken by Government of India to contain the CFC. And the Now recently, if you see the life mission, okay, then ISA and CDRI do mention these initiatives taken by the government of India at a global level. Okay, now just think, at a global level, global community is doing something, then at a national level, government of India is doing something, then what exactly individuals can do to contain the CFC emission or CFC, to maintain the global climate change is within the limit, and the second one is protecting the ozone layer depletion. Okay, so we are going to discuss individual level efforts. Okay, in this Green India Mission, joint forest management committees, okay, then consumeristic Green India Building Code is there 2017, and this is a minimalistic mission life. These are the initiatives which encourage the individual to take action and to contain the emission of the CFCs. Okay, this is the at individual level. Do try to mention always the level, international level, then national level, and individual level. Then role, impact, and way forward. Okay, 1 2 3 point, 1 2 3 point, 1 2 3 point. 3 point is more than Vienna, Montreal, Kigali. Okay, national level, phasing out CFC, cooling action plan, then EPA, mission life, Green India Mission, Van Dhan Yojana. Okay, so these are the so this is your answer format. Okay, you should start with the individual to the national, national to the international, and this will be the role, initiatives, what are the impacts, and then the way forward. Apart from this, we should act in coherence, we should act in concert to make sure that at an individual level we are adopting the minimalistic lifestyle. Gandhiji's principle, always Gandhiji used to say that earth have earth have too much to fulfill the needs but not the greeds, and this is the time, this is the right time to act to fulfill the needs and not the greeds. So how we can do this way to just fulfill the needs, that we are going to discuss in our next topic, that is sustainable agriculture. Okay, I have discussed the question on the ozone in a PYQ question also and the mains question also. So sustainable agriculture. Why I have written in this two format: sustainable, sustainable development, sustainable agriculture, sustainable water use practices, sustainable economic practices. This sustainable words is very crucial, and in 2007 World Bank described this word, what is sustainable, sustainable things. This, if you see this adjective in anywhere, then you can prefix this sustainable prefix in anything, you have to remember 4 to 5. This is in the good sense. This talks about the balancing approach. This talks about the specifically the not focusing on the present needs but the future needs also. This is the basic concept behind the sustainability. And in the case of the now, here word is agriculture. So we are going to discuss what exactly the sustainable agriculture mean. And food and food and agriculture organization, FAO, define the sustainable agriculture means the agriculture practices which balance economy, ecology and society. Okay, this is the basic concept of sustainable agriculture. Economy, ecology and society. Okay, these are the simple three foundation principle of the sustainable agriculture. Now tell me why this topic is important, sustainable agriculture. If you see the 2025 prelims question, then you will get to know that 2023 also one question was there. 2025 mains, what are the challenges of Indian agriculture sector and what we can do. The sustainability is one of the approach where we can make sure that key sustainability will be consistent. Okay, now come to the our once again the why, what is the significance, why we want to focus on the sustainable agriculture. That means earlier we didn't follow the sustainable agriculture practices. We did follow the sustainable agriculture practices, but not in that sense. That's why generally if you we are talking about the sustainable agriculture, you have to remember always there was one question in prelims, in mains that key, does we need green revolution 2.0? That means green revolution 1.0 was not sustainable. Indirectly, the question on green revolution is talking about the sustainability of the agriculture. Okay, so you have to remember, you have to means now you have to get the idea reading between the lines what exactly this question is asking. The question was asking like green revolution 2.0, it's all about sustainability, sustainable agriculture. Now if this much topic is important, now we will list the significance of sustainable agriculture, basically why we need sustainable agriculture. Okay, our format will be the same. Why, sustainable agriculture. Sustainable agriculture done. The first will be what is it that I have discussed. Okay, then why is it necessary, then what are the sustainable practices that as followed in India and across the globe. Sustainable practices. Then what are the issues in adopting the sustainable agriculture in India and across the globe. Particularly we are talking about Indian because there is mentioned the Indian agriculture. Okay, issues and what are the way forwards. Okay, so this is our broader dimension. What is sustainable agriculture, then why we want to why it is necessary, then what exactly the measures taken by the measures or policy initiatives, interventions taken by the government to upgrade the sustainable agriculture. Then what are the issues, and further if issues are there, there should be the way forward to address the sustainable agriculture issue. Done. Now first let's come to the, I have discussed what is sustainable agriculture, which balance the economy, ecology, society. You can include the polity dimension also, because if you see the what is happening in the Chad, what is happening in the Western African region, instability in the political domain, there is a numerous coups in the West African region because of unsustainable agriculture practices leading to the economic instability leading to the political instability. As Marx always says that key, mode of production is fundamental, mode of production is a base and polity is a superstructure. So this is the relation, and UPSC same way asked the question in 2020 20 also, the relationship between the Marx and Gandhi, similar way in 2022 Chad. Why particular UPSC gave the name for the Chad, Burkina Faso and the other Morocco, the countries, and asked why these countries are in the news. The reason is being because unsustainable practices leading to the political coups. So sustainable agriculture deals with the 4 dimension: ecological, economic, social and political. Now in this domain only we are going to discuss how sustainable agriculture is beneficial for in this domain only. Okay, so first is economical. Okay, the second one ecological, the third one social, and fourth one political. These are the significance of sustainable agriculture. Now come to the economical dimension. First is food security. Okay, farmers income, labor productivity. Okay, trade. If you see in 2021, during the peak of the COVID-19, agriculture was the only sector which shows the positive growth. And since 1991, first time agriculture was the positive in across the all sectors. Means manufacturing was negative because complete activities were halted. Service sector was not that much working properly. So agriculture was the first net positive productivity. Why the food security? Fundamental provision for the sustainable agriculture to maintain the we have 1.45 billion population. So how we can maintain? PDS system, buffer stock. That's why government is the biggest farmer, we used to say, because government is buying also, government is selling also. Why? Because for to buy to feed the this much population around. If you see the National Food Security Act, 80% of India's population is under this. 80%, 50% of the or 50% urban area and 80% of the rural area. But overall, this much. This is that's why the sustainable agriculture needed for the food security. The second one is permanent mechanical. Second one is farmers income. Okay, farmers income. It means that if sustainable agriculture practice is there, we have 86% small and marginal farmer. The definition of small and marginal farmer is given by the agriculture census, which says that if the land within 1 hectare called as the farmer called as small and marginal farmer. Small and marginal, in that also if you have the 1 acre, then 1 hectare, then more than 1 hectare, then 2 to 4, 10 hectare. Okay, this is the definition, official definition I'm telling. But the 86% of India's farmers are small and marginal farmers according to the agriculture census 2015-16. Recent data is yet to come, but this is the data from 2015-16 agriculture. So this is a paramount to provide the sustainable practices. Okay, then vulnerable, then the labor productivity. If labor is not getting proper food, how he will be work? So there is direct relationship between the sustainable agriculture practices, the support of the food grains and everything towards the labor productivity and the trade volume. If you see, India shows our aversion to the agreement with USA and the backing from the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership RCEP. The reason was India's agriculture sector, economic domain, the trade. Okay, India don't want to make India's trade sector trade in agriculture vulnerable to the China's trade sector. So trade is important aspect for the sustainable agriculture. One of the significance for the significance of the sustainable agriculture. Now come to the ecological. Soil, water, water pollution, biodiversity. Guys, one thing can you remember, see how I am generating the point. Ecological significance, everyone knows. Economy there is for FDIs, trade, security, this thing. So this is economic dimension. This is a ecological dimension. you have to just see the how we can generate the points. If you are able to generate the 15-16 point for the 50 marker, then you will get the more than 5 to 6 marks. Okay, this is a one dimension, social dimension. Then ecological soil. Present condition in India, in the state of Western India, particularly Northwest India, Punjab and Haryana, soil degradation is more happening because of unsustainable agriculture practices. Green Revolution 1.0. This is the best example, and according to the ISRO's land survey, around 29% of India's land, 29% of India's land is under degradation, is going under degradation. Then the water sustainability. India is largest extractor of the groundwater. This is the groundwater dynamics report of 2022, Ministry of Jal Shakti. This is the official data, and the water, if sustainable agriculture there, soil productivity, soil fertility will be maintained, then sustainable drip irrigation, fertigation, chemigation, that will help come to in the picture, and this will reduce the extraction of the groundwater. Now come to the pollution. If you see the groundwater pollution, there is many cases of cancer found in the Chandigarh Government Civil Hospital because of the unsustainable agriculture practices, heavy use of the fertilizers. Okay, now the next one is biodiversity. If you remember, there was GM mustard issue. Why GM crop and mustard issue? The reason is being we are trying to produce more without following the sustainable agriculture practices. This is leading to the depletion of the flora and fauna and unique species of India. Okay, and in GM mustard case, what happened exactly? We added natural mustard in the organic mustard in India, that is self-pollinating, and it has like uh, it has been, sorry to disturb because the some office boy was asking something, but later come to the back. GM mustard is developed because we want to produce more, and this is unsustainable practices. Our natural organic mustard is natural forming, self pollination is there, barnage system something is there. This is a one of the dimension, pollination. Okay, pollination issue. This is the ecological. Now social. Can you imagine how many percent of India's women is under agriculture? 40%. Agriculture labor, SC, STs, tribal specifically, rural development, Bharat. The development of Bharat is prerequisite for the developed India, and this will come through only sustainable agriculture practice. Not only, but this is the primary sector, because around 42% of 42 to 47% of India's population is still engaged in the agriculture sector. So development and sustainability of agriculture is paramount for the developed India by 2047. 40% women are there, and if I show the exact data according to the agriculture census 2015-16, only 12% are landowners. Ownership is there, but 40% of rural women are working in the agriculture sector. For their benefit, sustainable agriculture is paramount, or else it will be going to be very difficult to support them. The next one is SC laborer, SC ST. If you see, most of the agriculture labor are from the landless SCs, land tribal. If you see the tribal issues also, tribal they are following the sustainable agriculture certain domain, but the zoom cultivation in northeast and the exploitation of the tribal resources leading to the unsustainable practices, and that's why sustainable agriculture is paramount for the social equity and social justice. That is in our preamble: justice, social, economic, political. So for the social justice, sustainable agriculture is paramount. Now come to the political dimension. If there is simple link, if India recently only in India support provided the grain to the Mozambique, instability in the Mozambique, because of the unsustainable practices, because of the depletion of the resources, not able to produce the proper food to feed their population. Even in the civil war in the Sudan is the major cause, the major reason is unsustainable agriculture practices. Okay, even the political angle is there, but on the upheaval, the corruption cases in the Nepal, this all are interconnected with the unsustainable agriculture practices. This is an international domain, but in political stability, I have given example the Chad, Burkina Faso, and another Mali. Okay, these countries are suffering from the coups because of unsustainable agriculture practices. This is the significance of unsustainable. This is the significance of sustainable agriculture. Now come to the our domestic level. If this is the thing, then there should be certain policies. There has been the policies in place at a national level, global level in this domain. But in this domain, how we are going to discuss in this direction. Okay. So now come to the main point, what exactly the policies at a global level. If you remember, okay, not global level, we will follow our same approach, economic, political, social. Okay, this thing is done. Now in economy, what policy government of India has taken? Per drop more crop, per drop more crop. Okay, organic farming, natural farming. Okay, organic farming, natural farming, परंपरागत कृषि विकास योजना. Then these are the just economic domain. Okay, we will, what we will do, we will mix it in, because there are, we have to write 6 to 7 policies, and how we are going to write, we can write in the one go only, paramparagat krishi vikas. I will explain. First of all, what I will do, I will write all the policies with their objectives. Okay, paramparagat krishi vikas yojana, micro irrigation fund. Okay, digital agriculture mission 2024. Okay, then soil health card. These are the 4 policies. More than this, 5th one, natural farming, and these initiatives are at the national level only. We are talking about the national level. Then the next one is organic farming. Then organic APEDA institutional mechanisms, APEDA IFCO, nano urea, gold urea. Okay, so these are the policies. Now what is Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vikas Yojana? Providing the support to the farmer. Okay, per drop more crop and other things. Okay, micro irrigation fund to state to develop a sustainable irrigation facility. Then digital agriculture, this is a very comprehensive program launched by the government of India in 2024, which makes digitalization of the agriculture record, digitalization of the farmer record, and digitalization of the every, means I would say most of the data. This is very comprehensive umbrella policy which includes the digitalization of the agriculture land records, then the farmers record, registration of the farmers, and what exactly the advantages. The Kisan chatbot comes under this. Is a around 3,000 crore is allocated for this mission only to just gather the data. Okay, and this will help to make a precision farming, this to make a digital farming, to make a smart farming. These are all practices comes under sustainable agriculture. Done. Now the soil health card. If you remember, around 78,000 crore soil health card has been distributed till now. Why? Because to make sure that a micronutrient and macronutrient should be supported and the particular crop should be grown in the particular soil only. Okay, these are the particular policies which are implemented by the government of India to promote the sustainable agriculture. The next one is natural farming. Recently only, yesterday only, government of India was talking about the 6,000 crore natural farming mission. Then the zero based organic farming. India have highest land under organic farming. India have highest farmers and cultivating the organic farming, and India have the first state in the world which declared as an organic farming state, that is Sikkim. Okay, UPSC had asked the question on the Sikkim and organic farming earlier. Okay, so this makes important for us to note down. Next one is APEC and APEDA institution, IFCO. These are the institutions which promote the sustainable agriculture practices, like from the cultivation, APEDA, sugarcane cultivation, cotton cultivation, IFCO providing the nano urea, providing the gold urea. All this helps to produce the sustainable agriculture. Okay, sustainable crops. And then the nutraceuticals, farmers, if you see the nutraceuticals, grain, international coarse grain millet year. It was India's initiative. Now we will moving towards global efforts for the sustainable agriculture. Global efforts. The first one is arid and semi-arid institution located in Hyderabad. It is a national institution. Then India's humanitarian assistance, FAO's, FAO, FAO's Smart Agriculture Heritage Mission. And there is Global Cooperative Alliance, which talks about the promoting the sustainable agriculture practices in the agriculture cooperatives. Okay, by the agriculture cooperative. FAO's Smart Agriculture Mission. India have the 4 sites that comes. One is from the uh, Kottapur from the Kerala, then the Koraput from the Odisha, then one more is in Jammu and Kashmir. These 3 sites are saffron cultivation. Okay, these are kind of sustainable traditional heritage sites. Okay, sustainable agriculture practice protecting the. Then this one is related about the exactly the initiatives taken by the India's initiatives at the means providing the grain to the. Then this one is particularly talking about the sustainable practices. Then these are the global level initiatives. Even the UNFCCC, UNCCD and GEF, they are funding to the project which promote the sustainable agriculture practices at a global level. And if you see the green wall project, if you see the touch soil movement in the Germany, and then the OSS initiative of the China, these are the globally recognized sustainable agriculture practices. And the most example, Mosaic, Mosaic something in government of Israel has launched a very good initiative which promote the sustainable agriculture practices. Then these are the global level initiatives. Despite this much, what are the issues? What are the issues in India? Means Indian farmers are facing to adopt the sustainable agriculture practices. The first one is small and marginal farmer, 86%. Investment. Then dormancy period. R&D support. Okay, I will talk first about this one, small and marginal farmers. In India, 86%, as earlier I told that in India 86% farmers are small and marginal, and they unable to buy large level technology, very high cost. Even the sometimes this is just one dimension, but the farmers are not able to produce the so-called crop because of the high cost and small farm size. This is a one. The second challenge is this one, the investment level. Okay, investment by private sector. Okay, in the dormancy period, if you see 2 to 3 years of sustainable practices, organic farming or the zero budget natural farming, this seems very good, this seems very like attractive, alluring, but at the practical level we have 1.4 billion, 1.45 billion population. If we adopt such kind of practices, what will happen? ultimately it will threaten the food security. And this is the main reason, the dormancy period. Initially, for the sustainable for the zero budget natural farming and organic farming, first 2-3 years yield is very low, though it is nutrition, but yield is very low. This is a one dimension. Then R&D, if you see ICAR, very few institutes, they are engaged in the research and development in the agriculture sector. The private partnership, except the Punjab University, Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, others, they are lagging behind in the investment. The participation of the private player is very less. Okay, and the so-called unsustainable practices also. Most important practices, MSP. Now I'm talking about the government policies. Okay, MSP support, then the farm loan waiver. Okay, then the so-called the policy making federal issues. Farm bill is the best example for this. Then MSP 1 point, this is very unsustainable, which is leading to the subsidies, which is hampering the investment in the agriculture sector, limited participation, food security issue, and this one, the farm level investment. Okay, and everyone knows the availability of seed, Monsanto seed, cotton, BT cotton issue, and the low level of GM crop. Okay, and political constraint to take some bold decisions. This is also challenges to adopt the sustainable practices. But if everything is this dark, then there should be the way to find the new, that is the torch bearer, that is a way to find the way forward and achieve the sustainable agriculture practices. So what exactly we or government is doing to achieve the sustainable practices or additional measures, what we can do farmer level. If you see joint farming or cooperative farming, in 2024 budget and 25 budget, government has started providing the agriculture credit society, providing the credit to the agriculture society. This is one of the initiative. This will make sure that cost will be less and income will be high. Ashok Dalwai committee suggested about this. The Mudra Yojana, which provides the Kisan credit card. All these are providing the fund to the farmers to adopt the sustainable agriculture practices. Kisan credit card limit has been increased from 3 to 5 lakh this year, 2025-26 budget. Okay, this is a one dimension. At a farmer, how government is helping to the farmer to adopt the sustainable agriculture practices. Even the Digital India Mission, the solar panel, the PM Kusum, PM Kisan, PM Kusum, all these schemes are supporting farmers to adopt the sustainable practices. And Sobhagya is the best example how we can adopt the sustainable energy, solar energy. Now, what government is doing at the government level, or what government can do, R&D. Digital Agriculture Mission, around 3,000 crore fund is allocated to this. Gathering the data will help. This is the major objective, gathering the data, use of AI technology, use of nanotechnology, use of biotechnology. Government can do and government is doing. Best example is BT cotton, need to, even the BT brinjal, then BT mustard. Regulation, coherence, R&D research, government is providing the in Startup India, cooperative society farming, and apart from this, the farmer producers organization. Okay, this is one of the agriculture sustainable ways to promote the sustainable agriculture practice. Organic farming is also way, but the guarantee export should be there, and the limitation should be addressed at the global level, bilateral treaties. This will help to India achieve the sustainable agriculture practices. This is the Indian domain, but the global level, what government or the other governments can do, that is cooperation and dialogue. exchanging of the technology, exchange of the views, exchange of the investment facilities. Similarly, that's why there is a biggest constraint between India and USA's trade. That is, USA want to export their dairy and agri product to the India, but India's agriculture sector is a major concern. So India is opposing. That is a major bone of contention between India and USA's trade deal. So overall, what we have to, and conclusion will be like this only. Before overall the summing up the whole our discussion, conclusion will be like this: to make India developed country, the path passes through the developed Bharat first. There should developed Bharat means rural India, agriculture India. Then this will be your conclusion. Now the next will be what exactly I will, in brief, I will summarize what we have discussed till from starting. First, our topic was ozone. In this we have discussed, I think we have discussed, okay, agriculture. Let me show you here only. This is what is sustainable agriculture, why it is necessary, then what are the necessary, what are the policy measures taken at the national level, what are the issues, and what are the way forward. This is the best and the conclusion. And every year there are 50 marks in the prelims, 10 mark or 2 questions, and the 15 mark or 2 questions on agriculture. Agriculture does not include only farming. Agriculture includes non-farming practices, fishery, meat farming, fish farming, then the pastoralism. Okay, this comes under the dairy farming. This comes under the farming, agriculture farming. Okay, these are the agriculture sector. This is the, you have to remember, in UPSC had asked the question in 2025, what are the non-farm agriculture practices? You have to mention this. Okay, these are the dimensions. Any question, if you feel that I want to ask, you can ask me anytime. This is the one dimension for the like this topic. And once we will go to the, our first topic is this one. Okay, reasons. Ozone. Why we have discussed this ozone? Because yesterday there was an international ozone depletion layer day to celebrate the our achievements. Why I discussed there is global dimension, national dimension, and individual dimension. What is ozone? What is ozone layer? And why the reason for the ozone layer depletion? What measures taken at three levels: global level, national level, individual level, and then what are the issues still present? What are the substances? Remember, in UPSC prelims, question will come on the substances depleting the ozone layer. This is the 2012, 2015, 2019, 2023. 4 times UPSC had asked the question in the past on the ozone layer depletion substances. Okay, so make sure that you should have the comprehensive notes on the ozone. Today we discuss the two topics: sustainable agriculture and ozone layer depletion. Okay, if you have any doubt regarding these topics or anything, you can ask, you can contact our team. Apart from this, I just want to mention that in my previous lecture, I mentioned the Gaza-Israel conflict started on the 10th of October, 10th of October 2023. But the date exactly, that was my mistake. Pardon me. That the date was 7th of October 2023. Okay. Apart from this, one last thing I want to make sure that we have started the dedicated BPSC mains test series. Those who are feeling that they will clear this year's BPSC mains test series, do join our BPSC mains test series. It is available in the English also, and mains also, English in Hindi also. Okay. Apart from this, one more thing, that is our Sankalp Sarthi programming. Sankalp Sarthi programming is not a programming, but it is a procedure given to you, given to the student who genuinely want to clear 2026 prelims, not only prelims, complete procedure. So do contact. We have the expert members like from Nishan sir and the other teacher, other family, other faculty members like Pratik sir, Huma ma'am. All these are contributing for this Sankalp Sarthi programming. So do join. Either you want to do mains preparation, prelims preparation, or complete prelims preparation or exclusively forest preparation, you can join Sankalp Sarthi programming. It is a holistic approach for the your success in the UPSC. Okay, thank you for your patience, and you will get the PDF of today's lecture. Link is given below this video link. Okay, thank you.